On this week's episode of Did Y'all See, we're talking about the breakup between Brad and Angelina, whether white people are getting a little too comfortable, and a game of Who'd You Rather between the men of Queen Sugar. Get into all this tea on Did Y'all See. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Did Y'all See. We're going to start it off on a somber note and then hopefully work our way to the light. But we're starting talking about the shootings of and the deaths of Terrence Crutcher and Keith Scott. Sorry, I couldn't remember his name for a second. Keith Scott. So, you know, I feel like all summer 16 has been this over and over and over and over again. And you might get a lull for a couple of weeks and then it's back in your face again. So at this point, how do you guys interpret these types of events? Like when you see a hashtag, what's your first immediate reaction? Like, do you want to know the full story? Do you want to see the video? Do you want to avoid it? Do you keep scrolling? How do you process it at this point? And then how do you take care of your spirit when these new things come up? And then do you even have, like, are we still thinking about solutions? What type of conversations do you want to have around this now?
If I see a picture of the person and the hashtag, then I just repost it and I have to keep it moving because I feel like I've said all that I can say about with my friends or my family members, and at this point, it's just really just praying for people that you know and don't know for their protection, and because it's, I mean, at this point, the government has to step in, but obviously, you know, you're like, hey.
Right, literally.
So.
The past few stories, I honestly haven't even gotten a whole lot of details. I just kind of skimmed through to get, because I definitely didn't want to watch the video, you know, for Terrence. I feel like the last video I watched was maybe Sam DeBose. You know, I mean, it's, I'm glad that the videos come out, but it's like nobody wants to watch death. You know, it's different watching it on a TV show or whatever, and then you see, you know, these people really were murdered, you know, and things like that. I think it is good for the people who still think that these are isolated incidents.
Right.
You know, they need to see kind of the gruesome side of it, but for me, it's honestly too much. Like, there's nothing we can do to stop this, you know, at this point. If they're not going to have any type of consequences, it's going to keep happening.
I just try to, like, maintain my own sense of, like, sanity in the best way that I can. Even when, like, my fiance plays, like, whatever, CNN, like, the protest they were doing last night, I was like, I'm going to go in the room and blow dry my hair. And, you know, I'm just trying to, like, you know, get away from it because I just, every time you turn around working in media, it's like, it's always, you can't even choose how to deal with it and if you want to face it or not. So it's just sad. And I feel terrible about that because, but it's just like, I don't know what to do. Like, if they don't care, if white folks don't care and won't step up and do anything, like, especially knowing that you want to be angry about people not standing up for the national anthem, but you don't use that same rage to help us when we're being gunned down. It's like, I'm just so fucking sick and tired of everybody. I don't I don't know how to be bothered when I don't want to be.
Right, exactly. It's the same thing for me. I just try to keep scrolling. Like, and it's so crazy because the videos play automatically in so many different places. So you can't even, like, the least these social media platforms can do is put, like, some type of screen over it and you can decide whether you want to see it for real, you know, or not. Because I don't want to get to the point where it's like I'm seeing another black person killed and it's just like, okay, it's a Tuesday, you know? Like, I don't want, the society already devalues our lives, and so I don't want to get to that point either where it's just become commonplace. So I really try not to, I see the hashtags and I just, like, really try not to even get, I don't even want the details immediately. It's just too much. If this were happening to white people, something would have been done a long time ago.
Please, after the first one.
Yeah, a long time ago. Because, I mean, it needs to happen from a federal level. Like, every time you kill someone, you should have to stand trial regardless. Like, it should be and it shouldn't be from the police department deciding whether or not you're going to stand trial. It should be, like, a jury of, you know, people from the community.
Exactly.
And you need to stand trial every single time an innocent, unarmed person loses their life, period. So did y'all see, I know you did, it was everywhere, that Brangelina are no more. She filed for divorce. She filed for divorce, and she said it was basically to do with his interaction with the children. Yeah. Basically insinuating that he's not a good father. So what do you guys think about the situation? Were you shocked? Were you surprised? Are you in your feelings?
Shit got real. I was very surprised because I even read something yesterday where it was like she had her shit planned out.
Yes.
When she went about it, boy. Like, I mean, they were saying like people print the news or whatever on Monday or something like that. So she waited until after the tabloids like went out and then announced by Tuesday morning that it was a wrap. She had her people say that they were doing this for the health of the family and that they had TMZ put all that out there. So he had no choice but to come through on the defensive, like, I'm very sad about this. Like, the story is already out there and it's still waiting for him to really, like, clear his name about what's going on. So she had her shit ready, boy. I just feel like, in a way...
She shaped the narrative.
Exactly, and that's where the power is. So I just feel... It is. It is. If you got the wheel, the people in the back seat, all they can do is ride.
That's right.
But anywho...
Oh, my goodness.
Deep.
No,
that was off the dome. But anyway, I just feel like when I thought about it, I was like, man, Angelina reminded me of like an Erykah Badu type. Like, when I'm done with you, I just want to be done with you.
Yeah. I'm not going to.
I was shocked. I mean, it's been 12 years. You know, that's why I'm not with this whole, like, well, that's what karma is. You wanted this man so bad. I'm like, they had 12 years together. Okay. I don't think it's necessarily, you know, about that. And
sorry. No,
you know, particularly, you know, with her saying it's about the kids, like, it doesn't even seem like it's an issue necessarily with them. I mean, obviously, when you're raising children together, that becomes your issue. But, I feel bad because I do think this just makes him look like some abusive father, you know, kind of thing. And I mean, he could be. We don't know.
Right.
I just feel like I've never seen him in that light. I saw a lot of previous reports that came up saying, or sources, you know, that he was always been the more disciplinarian kind of stern. And I can see that. I mean, Angelina is very...
do what y'all want.
Flow with the wind. Let's give everyone blood to drink.
Yes!
You know, kind of,
that was years ago.
It happened. It happened.
Really leave you?
It happened.
I'm sorry. So,
it happened.
Yeah, she's a very interesting character.
I'm definitely shocked, just because, and like I said, I wasn't like a huge fan. I thought they were in love, but I was never like a cheerleader for their relationship because I felt like it had messy beginnings. I can't say whether this is karma or not, because I wouldn't be surprised if karma was like, no, this is. So I'm surprised that not only did she, it seemed like she kind of filed for divorce without really talking to him about it.
Right.
Yeah. Completely like blindsided him, which is strange to me. And then also the fact that she's like giving very specific reasons as to why. Like, to me, that just invites so many questions as, you know, into his character and his, you know, personhood, which is just like very foul to me. So, did y'all see that David Simon, who is the creator of our beloved Wire, The Wire, tweeted the N-word recently? He was talking about the fact that Donald Trump is hosting this town hall on race for African American issues, and Sean Hannity from Fox News is hosting it. And so David Simon tweeted like, Sean Hannity, my nigga, like da 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 da. Really, the rest of it is crazy because we had to stop at the N-word, like. Really? And when people called him on it, he was like, well, you know, I used it with the A, it's not offensive, it's a term of endearment, and colloquially it means blah, 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 blah. Then Marc Jacobs was featuring dreadlocks in his fashion show, colorful ones. And when people asked him about it and accused him of cultural appropriation, he got very defensive and said, well, it's cultural appropriation when black women straighten their hair. No apology. Then we have the girl from Kansas State University who posted a picture of herself on Snapchat in blackface. And she captioned the picture, finally got to be a nigger or something like that. When you see she has thrown up the West Side set. So the question is, what is going on with white people these days? Are they getting too comfortable? What is it?
That's exactly what it is. They always. I told you how I was in Puerto Rico dancing to the music. She's like, yo, niggas is something. I'm like, girl, you white. What are you doing? Like, what? But her black boyfriend sitting there, okay, then, so whatever. I think that happens a lot of times. These white people don't realize it's inappropriate because the people of color around them let them get away with that shit. And you can't, you know, like, and even if you're okay with that, have sense enough to explain to them. You walk into a room with other black people who don't know you, that shit is not going to fly.
I was very disappointed with Marc Jacobs because I felt like he didn't get it. And I think that's the problem, which is what I was saying before. I'm like, when white people don't even try to get it, that's what's really frustrating. I'm like, y'all, we are literally being told we can't even wear dreadlocks to work. Our children are told that we can't even wear our Afro puffs and our twists to school. And you have these people, when they put it on, then it's like
high
fashion chic, ow, and then, you know, so even if you don't want to, even if you don't want to be, if you get irritated with people, that's fine, with them calling it cultural appropriation, but try to see where people are coming from before you just straight, just be like, well, when y'all straighten y'all hair, you're like, you don't even know the Kool-Aid you're trying to drink.
Exactly.
You don't know where you're even coming from with that story. Like, we straighten our hair because we're told that we can't even wear our real hair. Where the fuck we go?
Exactly.
So what are you saying, Mark? But he's got it all going for him because he's a white man who's gay. So he's like at every top tier level.
Unless somebody throw out the F word.
Okay, yes.
Everybody's whole life will be shut down.
And he's Jewish. Yes, all of it, girl.
All the privilege.
He runs the world.
Yes. That's exactly.
You don't get it. And so it's just, again, this is me trying to find my sanity. I just try to run from it because I'm like, these people just don't get it.
And that's, the fact that you can't even see that lets me know that you never should use the word. I'm black and I wouldn't use the word in certain spaces.
Exactly.
Because I know some people are going to be offended. And my thing is, I understand like there's intent and there's impact. And I've been saying it all week. You might not intend to offend people, although you do know that you will. That might not be your direct intention is to offend people, but when people tell you the impact of your words or action has offended them, you should apologize, period.
Exactly.
I'm sorry I offended you. Unless that's what you want to do, is you want to be out here hurting people, I'm sorry I offended you.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
Check the entitlement.
Yes, check the entitlement, because the thing is, we are in the marginalized group. You are not.
Yep.
So you don't know what it's like to be here. You tweet the N-word casually, but people literally call us that in real life.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's what's crazy. It's like you're trying to say how ridiculous it is that Sean Hannity is going to be hosting a town hall on black issues.
Right.
But then you say something disrespectful to black people.
Exactly.
So you need to be sitting up in there too.
Right, exactly. With your notebook.
Yeah. It's just so disappointing. It's so disappointing, and you don't get a pass for creating The Wire. I'm sorry.
No.
So for this week's We See You, we're shouting out Regina King. She won her second in a row Emmy Award for Best Supporting Actress in a Drama for her work in American Crime. Brandy, I know you are a fan of the shizzo.
She deserves all of that.
She deserves all the love.
Yes.
It's about time. It's about time.
I know.
Because Regina King has been out here for a hot minute, and I've loved her since Poetic Justice. I wasn't really crazy about her on 227, but I loved her film work, and I'm just so happy to see her winning. She looked great in her little red gown at the awards, and she's just winning. I'm really happy for her. She's even really good on The Leftovers as well, by the way.
Amazing.
Check her out.
I want her to win for that.
Yes,
too.
she was so good.
Yes.
Big ups to Miss King for her win, her work. She's just everything. So we see you, boo.
So for this week's Who'd You Rather, we're talking about the men of Queen Sugar, who are all pretty fine, actually, if you ask me. So the choices are Kofi Siriboe, the newcomer on the scene, Ralph Angel, DeAndre Whitfield, who plays the father's friend. Y'all know him. He's been around in the game for a long time. And Timon Kyle Durrett, who is Charlie's husband on the show, the basketball player. So of those three options, who would you rather have sex with? It's been a while, so I just got to put it out there raw, no Vaseline.
Well,
I definitely would have to go with Kofi. He looks like he smells good. He looks like he tastes sweet. I mean, it's just an entire package. That's in my opinion. You ever look at somebody and
Oh, absolutely.
right?
We just surprised what you say.
I know, exactly. I'm like, I will co-sign Lauren.
And I will co-sign Lauren and Brandy.
Yeah.
I think his skin is beautiful, and that's all I need.
And I will co-sign the three of you. So it's unanimous this week. Kofi, you win in life and in love.
Right.
Come holla at us, please.
Okay,
Right.
yes. 917. Oh.
That's our choice. Let us know who you'd rather in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Did Y'all See? As you know, we're still trying to reach our goal of 100,000 subscribers by the end of this month. We're just 5,000 away. And as a little bit of an incentive, be sure to talk about Did Y'all See? Make a short video explaining why you love it for Instagram or Twitter and use the hashtag Did Y'all See, and you could be invited to be sitting here with us as a featured guest. You get your makeup done, and there may be some other surprises in the works for you. So be sure to click that subscribe button and let us know why you love the show with the hashtag Did Y'all See?